Welcome to GOJOGO. Please come along with me on my retirement worldwide adventure. In this video, which is number 3, we talk about what I packed to survive in a sustainable way as I travel around the planet for the rest of my life. In the last video, that was number 2, we talked about the general theme of this channel. So if you're new to the channel, go back and check out that one. So let's get into the weeds of what you need to pack for a long trip. Pack lightly, that is. All right, so here's the largest container that I'm carrying. And this one has my camping gear in it, mostly camping gear. So I'm just going to haven't looked at this since I packed it, so we'll just do it in reverse order and see what we got. Number 1, we have snorkeling equipment. When I turned in all my scuba gear with Steele's in Oakland, they gave me this: lightweight fins, a snorkel, and a mask. Well, the mask doesn't seem to be here. We'll see where that is. Anyway, so snorkel, lightweight fins for snorkeling in the ocean or freshwater lakes. Okay, that's number 1. Then we have my lightweight tent. And all this camping gear was purchased when I hiked the John Muir Trail with my kids and brother, and so all the equipment for that trip was super light and small. So this is an Agnes tent. I think it was called a Fly something. Very small, one-man tent. Was a great tent for that trip. Then we have my hiking poles. Wouldn't hike without them anymore. Really help the knees. I have a water bottle that I use my SteriPen. Fits in here. You fill it with water, and it's a big mouth, and the SteriPen can sanitize the water in there. Have a Camelback. Didn't think I'd like this, but this actually is pretty handy when you're hiking all day long. Just put it in your backpack, sip some water. Then we have a camping towel, lightweight towel. This is my solar battery charger. It has a lot of adapters. I didn't use half of them. But this is, you put this on your backpack when you're hiking, or you could put it out in the sun to charge a battery, and then you can charge your phone and other electrical devices. Oh, my wife's been hiding all these photographs in my stuff. And here's a little photograph of Co and my wife. Nice. Well, this is a butane gas canister for my camping stove. I haven't used that yet for making coffee, but that was the idea, that I could light my stove up and have a quick cup of coffee on the road. And this was a windscreen I made for an alcohol stove. I don't know if I need it for this stove, but it's very small. Just bring that along. So here's my mask that I got. New silicone mask that was given to me with the fins. Lightweight air mattress. This is a Thermarest. Very slim. Fills up about 2 inches of air. Very comfortable, but there's not a lot of room to. You have to basically lift your body up and flip over. You can't roll over. You'd be off the air mattress. It's also kind of noisy, but I like it just because look how small that is. Then you have a water bottle that for backpacking, but yeah, for backpacking mainly. Then I have a lightweight backpack. This is a lightweight backpack that's collapsible, so when you go backpacking and you want to take a day trip, you just pull this out. But you could use this for around town too. I'll be showing you my other black backpack that I use. And this could go in that backpack if you want to get smaller. Then we have the bear canister. Let me put that down for a second. We have a waterproof suit, which I probably don't need because I have another waterproof jacket I'll show you. So this is probably unnecessary, and I'll probably be getting rid of this. And the last thing in here is the backpack. This is my lightweight backpack that you use if you went backpacking. So obviously if you're not a backpacker, you don't need this whole box pretty much. Maybe just the stove and the scuba gear. And all the rest you wouldn't need. So I'm going to open up this bear canister and see what we got in here. I don't even remember what's in here. And it's hard to open up. Not as strong as I used to be. Gotta have strong fingers to get these things open. Let's see. Oh yeah, another latch on there. Here we go. Heck, I can't even get in here. How's a bear gonna get in here? Okay. So in here, let's see what we have. Duffel bag. I've kind of lately gotten into duffel bags. Instead of plastic bags, to avoid using plastic, I use a lot of these for when you're backpacking, you put your dirty clothes in them, or put your clothes in them at night to just keep them organized. You could turn it into a pillow. A lot of uses for these stuff sacks. Hat for, you know what hats are for. Keeping the sun off your face. Then a little plastic bottle for matches probably. Another stuff bag. A shovel for digging cat holes. And you know what that's for when you're backpacking. A map of Desolation Wilderness, was the last place I went. Then this is my entire cooking outfit. It's just a titanium Snow Peak pot with a lid. That's the only cooking utensil I use, vessel. So here's my new stove, a little Snow Peak gas stove. This is amazing. I used to use it. I made an alcohol stove out of a can of cat food, which is pretty cool for the John Muir Trail hike. But this is much better, little Snow Peak, a little heavier, but it's got a little starter on it, a little flick a switch, and the piezo lighter makes a spark and starts the flame, and then you can adjust the flame. So it's really easy to light, and then you can turn it off and on, and you know, conserve fuel. So that was a great purchase. And in here are some more matches, and then just the pot. So all the cooking happens here in this pot. You'd make your meal, then you maybe make some tea, and either use the tea water to do washing afterwards, or heat up a little bit more water for washing. That's it. And then there is a bowl, and that's the only plate I use. Bowl, and then I have a, somewhere here is a spork. Oh, here it is. So I have a spork, which is the only utensil. I have a knife, of course, a little small knife, pocket knife, and scissors, you know, one of those, I'll show you that. But this spork is the only utensil I bring. A first aid kit, some Band-Aids, an ace bandage, and antibiotics, a little toilet paper, a mosquito net that goes over your head for mosquitoes, a rope, another mosquito net, so probably could get rid of one of them. My Steri pen for sanitizing water. I realized I left the battery at home, so I have to buy a battery. Another small towel. This was a towel which, if I went backpacking, I would just bring the small towel and not this one. But since I've got a car, I'm being a little extra room. Another little piece of rope, and then this thing, actually, the last thing in there is a. This is a nice handy little device. It's like a sink. This is a sink, and you fill it full of water and wash your clothes in it, and then you dump the water out. Wash your, your socks and your shirt. And so if you're washing your clothes often, this is very handy. This would be handy, of course, when you're traveling too. But okay. Okay, here we go. Continuing. This is a travel guitar. I haven't played it yet, and I did have a nice big acoustical guitar that I gave to my son Co to use, and he gave me this travel guitar. So that's the travel guitar. And then I have my father's clarinet. And I have a tennis racket for playing tennis. Now, this backpack here, this is an interesting backpack. I've had this a long time, and this backpack is actually what I use to travel. And last year, a couple of years ago, I went to Bali, Australia, New Zealand for 2.5, 3 months, and this is all I brought. So all my clothes, I think I had my computer, and everything I needed was right in this backpack. And I was originally, when I was going to go to Europe before I bought the car, this was going to be the only luggage I brought to take everything in my life. Obviously, I couldn't have taken as much as I have now, but it could work in here. And I'll talk to you about that when we talk about clothes. Obviously, you have to take less clothes, but that is the minimal pack right there. Okay, moving right along. Moving along. This is like, a little bit like Christmas. So here we have 4 small boxes. I actually had 5 of these packed and had to get rid of one. Alright, so the top box is miscellaneous cables, earphones, drone charger, cables, headlamp, little USB drive. I actually have my hard drive in here, my terabyte hard drive, which I'll probably be storing all the photographs or movies on. There's a harmonica, another instrument, and I bought the electric toothbrush, so here's the charger for that. And this is a cool little, I was an architect, and this is, I think my dad gave me this little measuring device, ivory ruler. It folds out like this, and even has a caliper at the end for measuring diameters. And I've had this a long time, my whole working career. I don't think I've ever used it, and I'll probably still never use it, but here it is. Okay, top box. Next we have miscellaneous toiletries that you don't need very often. Toothpicks, the extra hairbrush, toothpaste, razor blades, some essential oils that you can use for deodorant instead of deodorant, a spot remover, some Band-Aids, swimming goggles, more Band-Aids, a soap container, with some Euros in it. I actually use liquid soap, which I'll talk to you about in a minute. So I don't know why I have this. And then in this box I have my, oh, look at that. More pictures of the family. And here's a little peanut trimmer. Little trimmer for trimming my little thing down, soul patch, and my nose hairs. And that comes in handy. And a mirror, so that when you're cut, I can cut the, actually hold it like this and look at another mirror behind me and can use the clipper to trim the hair on my neck. Avoid a trip to the barber. Okay, box number 3. Now, I got some rags in here. Here's the, this is probably an unnecessary box, but this is the cover for my sleeping blanket when it's not stuffed. Where was that, by the way? Oh, my sleeping bag is somewhere else. So when you pack your sleeping bag, you're not, backpacking, it's good to keep it in a looser bag. And I have some flip-flops in here for when you go to the gym, in the shower. And these rags, I'm anticipating when I have to do tire chains or repair on a car, my hands get greasy, or wipe some mud off the car. That was what the rags were for. So if you didn't have a car, you wouldn't need that stuff. And finally, a roll of toilet paper, which was a gag gift. Some Kleenex, which was also a gag gift. And I just stuffed back here. I thought I was going to use for my laundry, and I still may use it. You just start putting your dirty clothes in this. But I have a smaller stuff bag that I've been putting my laundry in, and then when I get to an Airbnb with a washing machine, or right now I'm staying with my cousin Rio, I use his laundry. The idea for this bigger bag was you could start stuffing your dirty clothes in there, and then when it's full, hit a laundry. So I think I could consolidate maybe these last 2 boxes and get rid of one. I think I will do that. All right, hope you're enjoying this as much as me. So here is the big clothes box. Probably the most essential box of all. Now, I was telling you that when I used that black backpack, which I moved, when I used that black backpack, I brought basically two shirts, 2 or 3 shirts, a pair of long pants, pair of shorts, a couple pair of socks, and that's pretty much it. And the idea is that every day, a couple pair of underwear, a couple pair of lightweight silk underwear. And the idea is that every day you get to your hotel, motel, you wash those clothes and hang them up, and then you wear the other set the next day. So clothes is very minimal. Because I have the car, I was able to be a little more decadent. But I did get rid of all my clothes at home. Most of them, 90% of my clothes got donated. And I'm not going to go through them all here, but there's a basic 2 pair of pants, a pair of black jeans and a pair of blue jeans, which I'm wearing. And then I have just black and white t-shirts. Started out with 6 at home of each, but I think I have 5 of each of those. A couple long sleeve black t-shirts, not t-shirts, long sleeve black shirts. And then I have 2 pair of shorts. I only have this one belt that I use. 4 or 5 pairs of underwear. These little half socks. I like these half socks that don't go up your leg. I think I have 5 pairs of these. And a couple pair, of underwear. About 5 or 6 pairs of underwear. But again, if you're going on the minimal, you'd only really need 2 or 3 pairs of underwear. So that's basically it. You got socks, pants, shorts, underwear, and shirt. Then this lightweight jacket, which I'm wearing. This is a great jacket, super light and compressible. And that's my main warm jacket. So that's the clothes. Put that over here, and then a few more clothes in this box. I don't know why I brought this, but I brought my leather jacket. Everyone's got a leather jacket. I bought this one in San Francisco. I don't wear it that often. I haven't worn it yet, and maybe I won't wear it, and I might eventually throw it away or give it away. But for now, I'm going to bring that. I do have a pair of these waterproof Gore-Tex pants. That's why I can get rid of that other duck suit or whatever camping wetsuit. And then I have I'll show you a blue waterproof jacket that goes with that. Then I have a few shirts. These shirts, which are really kind of traveling backpacking shirts. One short sleeve, one long sleeve for hiking, keeps the sun and mosquitoes off you. Some of these funny little toe socks for hiking. A swimsuit. A handkerchief. Some silk underwear, long underwear for when it gets cold. And I don't know why I brought these. These are like lightweight. Well, actually, I do. When I go backpacking, I bring a pair of shorts, and then these pants, very light, long pants to stay warm. Let's see. Then I have a couple knives. I did bring some sharp knives for when I'm in an Airbnb. You know when you go to Airbnb and they have terrible knives? That's why you bring these. And here is my drone. I use this drone for those first shots, my first video. My son Renzo got me this drone for free. I had to write a review about it. He's a writer for an online magazine and could get products for free to try out and review. So I have a little problem with this drone. Unfortunately, the camera's not seeking level, and so I can't use it. And I missed a lot of great shots in Mendocino. So when I get up to Washington, gonna get this fixed hopefully, either a software problem or hardware problem. So I'll be doing some more drone video hopefully in the future. Here's one pair of these lightweight silk underwear. Another pair, and I had a couple pair of my old hiking socks. Just threw them in the box, had the room. Okay, so down to the last plastic box, big plastic box. And in this one, to go along with the knives, we have a pot. This pot was given to me as a gift from Rachel, and I have a glasses case in here, and I think another little note from my family. So I thought I had one pot, just, I don't know why I have this. I could cook with it on the road with my little stove, or if I feel nostalgic and I'm in an Airbnb with bad utensils, could use this with my knife. I was planning to get an iron skillet too. Now here's my sleeping bag that's packed tightly, so I should, when I'm hanging around for more than a week, unstuff it and put that in that other bag I showed you. And then here's my entire file cabinet full of important papers. I have my things that I have, a couple like tax documents and things like that in here. And then I have a bunch of books that I used when I studied Spanish. So when I go to Spain, I can review Spanish. And then I have some music books. So music books, language books, and some important documents. And I also have my passport and birth certificate, a couple important papers like that. Okay, I'm going to show you, I've gone over these boxes already, but I wanted to show you what I bring into a motel room when I pull in for the night. The first hotel I went to in Bodega Bay, I brought in all my boxes because I realized that I had things all over the place. And so I repacked everything so I could just have the fewest boxes possible to have to take out of the car. And so here's what I typically will pull into the hotel room. There's my clothes box, which has my keyboard sitting in it. There's the box with my cables. And then I bring this backpack, and in the backpack will be my computer and my toiletry bag. And then this bag is my dirty clothes bag. So this is my small dirty clothes bag. And it gets loaded up with dirty clothes. So that's it. That's all that really has to come in to a motel room. So you don't have dragging everything in and out every night. So you want to organize the smallest amount possible for the essentials. Okay, here we go. There's some miscellaneous things now that could be packed in boxes, but aren't at the moment. Man, this looks like a lot of stuff, doesn't it? You didn't realize how much stuff I have. I'm probably going to get rid of some of this. If I don't use anything, it's going away. Pair of gloves with holes in them. This is very handy up here in the north where it's cold. Today it's 39 and colder and going to snow tonight. Wallet. Here's a new coffee maker, French press, 1 cup that I bought. Very handy. Use this every morning. I have 2 cups of coffee. And I could heat coffee on the row with my stove and pot to boil hot water and make coffee here if I'm on the road. You remember I bought this, or you'll see I bought this in the next video, some biodegradable soap, and this is not sponsored by this company at all. This is 7th generation products that I use at home for everything, washing clothes, dishes, body. So I wanted to get a soap with no odors or natural scents, because I can't stand that little smelly stuff they sell. This is a little oil I was telling you about, pure natural oils that you can scent soaps with, or what I do sometimes if I'm taking a shower, going to work out, I'll put a little bit under my arms like that, and it's a nice smell without all the chemicals. Hat for staying warm. Definitely got to do that up here. Here's my computer case, but the computer's not in it. So that's where my computer goes. And this also will go in that black backpack, so it comes into the motel room with me. Let's see. This is my Tesla charger in here. That comes in handy when you have to plug into an outlet that's not a supercharger. And this comes with adapter, so it's got the 110 on it. It could take a 220. And the other side you could do either into the car or the J117 something plug, which I'm using now on a charger in the garage. J1772, I believe. Then an extension cord. So like electric car, I brought this long extension cord. So if you're in a room, motel room or a house or Airbnb that's far away from the parking area, you can extend the 110 outlet and then hook your Tesla charger onto this and get your car charged overnight. So on a 110 outlet, you can maybe get 75 miles overnight with a 110 outlet. So that's handy to have. Then this is a pair of lounging pants for the morning. Not essential, but nice to have if you have the room. And this is the top half to the waterproof pants. This is a waterproof jacket. Blocks out the wind. Very handy. A place like Portland today. So I wear this over this and this hat and stay fairly warm and dry. It's actually out in the pouring rain the other night and did pretty well. Then I'm not going to show you all my shoes, but I did bring some shoes. Now normally, I'll have to go get them. I just wear Crocs. But in this bag I have some bike shoes. If I want to run a bicycle, I need cleats. And a pair of like Teva river shoes for taming those wild rivers in Colorado. But normally I wouldn't bring any of those. I just bring that one pair, which I'm going to go show you right now. Hold on. I'll be right back. So these are my Tevas. I mean, not Tevas, excuse me. So here you have Crocs. And when I'm going minimal traveling with just the black backpack, these are the only shoes I bring. And these shoes are super versatile. Bring some socks, and so when it's cold, you put the socks on. You can go into a locker room, take a shower with them, walk through a river with them, go out in the rain. When they get dirty, you just wash them with water. They're super light, very comfortable. So these are really the universal shoes, and they get a little slippery when it gets wet, when the tread wears out, then you just buy a new pair. And you can get these all over the world. So these are the, if you had to bring one pair of shoes, this is what I recommend. Okay, we're getting to the end of the packing items. This is something certainly optional, water pick. But I've been using this for a long time, and so I brought it. I have the room. And this is the hand soap that's also made by the 7th generation. Tried this for the first time. This is a fresh lemon and tea tree. They make a few scented ones. This is pretty nice. I shave with this. I'll put a little of my hand or take my shaving brush in there and wash my body and everything with this. So this, and then the the soap for clothes is all you really need if you want biodegradable products that are good for the planet and don't have artificial fragrances. Yeah, this bag had some plastic bags in it for like a big giant garbage bag. I figure if you're ever out, get caught in the rain, the mud, and get really dirty, and you're in your car and you could put your dirty wet clothes in this rather than a stuff bag and get the bag all dirty inside. So a bag like that for emergencies, if something gets really dirty, you could put the dirty stuff in there and then either clean out the bag or throw it away. A couple smaller trash bags for in the car, and another card from my family in here. Couple of them, couple cute little cards, just so don't forget. One of my wife and me when we're young, and then these are my two boys right there. Hi guys. Now, also I had here, my cousin gave me some, thought it was kind of a goofy gift, but it was a bag of these rubber bands, different colored, like elastic, strips of elastic, which I use for exercising. They're really great. You can do curls and this thing and all kinds of exercises. And then this is the toiletry bag, which I would put in my black backpack for going into motel rooms. And in here you would have, the toiletries that you need for an evening. Toothbrush, comb, toothpaste. I put my electric toothbrush in here now. All the things you need to take care of your oral needs and hair needs, for overnight. And then you have the backup stuff when it runs out. You could fill this back up. So I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to just show you my computer stuff. And that's about it. I have my camera, of course my phone, and the new little gizmo tripod I bought, which I showed you, and the new microphone, which is right here. I'm pointing at it, picking up the sound. That's really been a big improvement. So I'm going to show you my my computer gear, and I think that's about it. Now when I was talking about all my things I packed, I forgot one very important thing. Kind of a controversial, maybe a sensitive topic, but here it is. This item believe it or not, is very sustainable. Or what it does is sustainable. And that is, it avoids the need for a lot of toilet paper. You fill this bottle with water, and you know what you use it for. Kind of hold it like this and squirt it. I used this on my backpacking trip 3 weeks on the John Muir Trail and only used about a quarter or less than a quarter roll of toilet paper. Because you only need 2, 4, 6, 8 maybe squares of toilet paper when you use this. And you just use the toilet paper mainly to kind of dry yourself up. So this bottle is very handy, and I liked it so much on that backpacking trip that I started using it at home. It's kind of like a portable bidet, really. So this goes everywhere with me, in the car, in my backpacks. So whenever you need to go to a restroom, you can use this. So, very important. Okay, so there's this big monitor. You probably think I'm crazy for bringing that, but I like making movies with that. I used to use it for my architecture. It's a little big and heavy, but this fits in the front trunk of the Tesla, front of the Tesla. And I can get a few things around it. If that stand came off in the back, it'd be a lot better. But yeah, that's a total luxury, and maybe if it breaks down or breaks, and I'll get a lighter monitor. And then the extended keyboard I bring, there's a mouse pad and mouse, and here's my MacBook, and that is a cover for the microphone. And in that plastic bag are those colored bands I told you about. Here they are right here, some of them on a chair to exercise with. So that is pretty much everything right there. Well, I was all ready to send the video unpacking to YouTube, and then I remembered in this old head here that there was something else in the car. You know, the Tesla, underneath the bed of the trunk is another storage compartment. And that car has storage everywhere. And in that compartment, I have a few things that I forgot to bring up to show you. I didn't bring up everything. There's still a couple things down in there, down in the car. In the car is these are some items I bought from Tesla that weren't provided by Tesla when you buy your car. One of them is a tire inflation kit. Now that car doesn't have a spare tire in it, so they sell a tire inflation kit that lets you pump up the tire and fills it with some substance to, you know, block a nail hole. So that's in there, and then I bought a paint kit, you know, for scratches in the car. There's the front license plate down there. There's a couple bags that the charging cables came in, and that's about it. But then I brought this toolbox. Now I'm a tool nut crazy guy, and I like fixing things, and it was really hard leaving all my tools back at home. So I brought a couple of them. Who knows if I'll use them, but I had to bring a few tools. I showed you my little measuring device that I brought. So in here, I bought a toolbox, bought this at an art store. It's really for storing art supplies. Kind of cool, it has a top compartment, and then a lockable compartment with a drawer in here. So in here I brought a pair of needle nose pliers, a regular screwdriver. I need to buy a Phillips screwdriver, wire cutter. I brought my little mini bubble level. I have an X-Acto knife. Probably use this to take down cardboard boxes. And another little ruler. I like rulers, as you can see. And then on the bottom I have my tape measure. Now as an architect I used to measure buildings up to do floor plans, existing floor plans, so this is very handy to use this measuring device and my laser measurer. This is a very accurate laser measure, can measure like within a 1/16 of an inch at 300 feet. So I use these tools to go around and measure a building, and then I could draw up the, the plans for the building, and I might do that. That's a service I could provide someone for free, or maybe charge for that along my travel. So that's why I brought these, so I could do that. And look, here's an razor blade. I gotta put that back in the X-Acto knife. And I also brought my electrical tester. Seeing as Tesla's an electric car, you never know. You can check out an outlet, make sure it's powered up. And I have a small square. And that's about it. So you don't really need these things. I'm probably going to get a socket set for my car too, since help you do small repairs in your car. But this toolkit's pretty optional. But I just couldn't part with all my tools, and I like to be able to kind of fix stuff, so I thought these few things could help me repair little minor items that break, or even help repair some things in the places I'm staying. So I think that about covers everything in the car, except for maybe, like in the console between the seats, your typical air pressure gauge and a pan and a couple things like that. But that's pretty much everything I've got. All right. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone. That pretty much wraps up this video on packing. And here's what it all looks like put back together. Doesn't occupy much space. All those boxes under the window, basically, what fits into the car. Okay, see you next time.